Hi, everybody. My name is John DePietro.
And I'm Bob Zagami with the Camper Report Show.
And on this Camper Report Show, Bob, I am traveling with my family north of the border to Canada. And we've got a great interview with some prominent Canadian people in the RV industry. You're going to love this one.
Just shows the international capabilities of the Camper Report Show.
Absolutely. How
I've
about
got
you?
I've got an interview with Joe Mehl, who has just been promoted to the VP of Marketing for Alliance RV. Joe joined them in January 2023 as Director of Marketing. He's done a great job, and he's going to tell us, and he's going to release 3 items that are not yet public information.
Breaking news right here. And we've got other news where do we glean that other news from?
From Rick Kessler at RV Business and Ben Quiggle at Woodall's Campground Magazine.
Woodall's Campground Magazine. So we've got those stories, breaking news, plus much more right here on the Camper Report Show. Stay with us, everyone. Attention all RVers. Say goodbye to roof worries and hello to worry-free travel with RV Roof Magic. This revolutionary liquid butyl roof coating is specially formulated to protect your RV from the elements, to extend its lifespan and prevent leaks. With simple application and outstanding results, RV Roof Magic is the go-to choice for RV owners seeking superior roof protection. Don't let roof maintenance issues hold you back. RV Roof Magic is the only liquid butyl rubber in the world that offers a one-coat, no primer coverage and a 10-year warranty. Visit rvroofmagic.com/RVLife and extend your roof another 18 to 20 years. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Camper Report Show. My name is John DePietro. The gentleman to the other side of the screen is Bob Zagami. And Bob, let's talk about the news of the week. And first of all, you know what? Hall of Fame, the RV Hall of Fame induction breakfast is coming up. I believe it's August 19th. And they want to invite everybody who's interested in RVing and manufactured housing to Elkhart.
Yeah, this is another one of the meetings in Elkhart that sell out every year. Recognition of the people who are being inducted. It's the induction ceremony and recognition of the people. We won't talk about the manufactured housing. They've got several members, but on our side of the fence, we have Don Clark from Grand Design, Terry Elias from Triple E up in Canada. See, this is kind of our Canadian connection.
Yeah, Canadian
on both
connection.
ends here.
Yeah.
Bill Ingracia, the president of RVDA, Jeff Rutherford. He's a supplier candidate. He used to own Air Excel, president of Air Excel, a longtime career as a supplier. And good friend Brian Wilkins, who owns Wilkins RV. They actually up to 7 dealerships now in Pennsylvania, and he's been a longtime supporter of RVDA.
Exactly. And we should say that tickets are available by going to the Hall of Fame and buying them that way.
RV/MH Hall of Fame. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That's great. RV Hall of Fame. Here's the scary part about listening to that list. We know most of those people.
Right.
Usually when they say, oh, you're a Hall of Famer, and they say immortal, means you're at the tail end of your career. But Don Clark is, as we found out a couple weeks ago in New York City, he's nowhere near.
Oh no, he's
retired.
But you do bring up a good point, because in order to get into this Hall of Fame, you have to have 25 years service. So this is not for rookies, and this is not for any one night or one company sensation.
Yep.
You have to pay your dues over 25 years.
Yep, exactly. And speaking of paying dues, a new company, semi-new company, Sylvan Sport, has got another new product. They come out with some very innovative products. Talk about what their new lineup is.
Well, believe it or not, this is their 20th anniversary. And here again, when you look at it from the perspective of you and me, we did interviews with Tom Dempsey when he was first opening the company on a little side lot in Elkhart one year at the open house ceremony. He was way off on the side, and he had his products, and he had the Sylvan Go at the time, a really easy to set up utility and pop-up camper trailer. But now he's branching out, and he's got a new lineup of what they call micro series trailers. smaller, more adept. They've got lofts in some of these rooftops. They fit on the rooftop of a car also. And Tom is an engineer by trade, and he just winds up making these products at the right time in the industry. They actually, when we first switched over to the program, the 1 year wonder program, we called RBX in Salt Lake City one year. He won, he won an award for best new travel trailer called the Leap. It looked like a big box with modern amenities and everything, and they just that uh, off the ground last year. But this new series is smaller and lighter, different colors. They can take bikes, they can take kayaks, and I think it'll be another home run for them. You know, a lot of dealers miss the boat. They don't carry this product line, but this product line is extremely well built, quality wise.
Yep,
You
I've
have
seen
very
it.
few problems with your customers. It's a great entry level product for people first getting off the ground from their tents. If they want something, you know, lightweight, easy to tow with whatever car you got. I'd encourage, if dealers have passed it up before, they ought to really take a look at this because it's a great company with great support. Tom's a great guy and he's a great engineer.
There we go. There we
Yeah.
go. And we've talked about Hall of Famers. We talk about campers, meaning the physical product. Now let's talk about campers, meaning the human product. And our friends at FMCA are inviting everybody who wants to do, has anything with RVing,
You
out
know,
to, where is it? Redmond, Oregon for,
out the other end of the world.
yep.
I don't think a lot of people understood the headline. Yeah, I think they read it and said, oh, it's FMCA and their convention. No, FMCA has been struggling now for probably almost 10 years financially. And because they stuck with motorized units for their entire life, until about 5 years ago, they said, well, you know what, let's open it up and invite people with towables. Well, that train left the station. Escapees had already been doing every kind of an RV, and they were growing where FMC was
The numbers were
shrinking. Yeah, the numbers
down.
every year, the number of people that went to their rallies, because they had an aging population in big motorhomes, and they were the oddball in the industry. So they tried to respond with the towables. That didn't work.
You look at 20 years ago, the big Class A diesel pushers were the big Cadillacs, if you will, of the industry. Today, they're the albatrosses of the industry, and smaller, leaner, cleaner, faster, easier to set up. And the audience is so much younger now. So when I attended an FMCA event about 20 years ago, I looked around, said to my wife, we're the babies of this organization. So I really didn't have much of an interest in pursuing a lot of activity with them. The other thing is this, probably about 10 years ago, you and I had several meetings with the people that were running the show when they were bringing their event to the Big E in West Springfield, Massachusetts. And we said, you should consider this, this, and this. And their attitude was, you know what? We know what we're doing. Thanks, but no thanks.
We know everything. Yeah.
We know everything. We
Yeah.
know everything. But
Well, see, mine too, it was about 20 years ago. They had the conference at the Brunswick Naval Air Station in
big one.
They had 10,000 RVs, 10,000 RVs, not people, 10,000 lined up and down the runways. They're only going to have 700 at the campground out in Oregon. And as I said, I've got my interview with Joe Mehl. Joe Mehl in Alliance RV just had 750 Alliance RV owners in one campground at one meeting. 750, more than all of FMCA.
One brand, and they've only been around for 5 years. So, you know, there will be a lot of nice events going on there. And if you're looking to buy a new motorhome, that's certainly the place to go because all the manufacturers and dealers have product there. And if you want to buy a rug and that type of thing. August 14 through 17, just go to FMCA's website and you can buy tickets. And you don't have to buy tickets for the whole time. You can buy one-day tickets.
Well, that's another thing that gets buried in this. The 1 day ticket now is an everyday ticket. You can go see, and that's just for exhibitors, the suppliers and the motorhome displays. It used to be you could buy a ticket for 1 day. Now you buy that ticket, you can go for all 3 days, 4 days, whenever it's there.
There we go.
Crazy stuff.
All the news of the week right here that we get from our friends at RV Business and Woodall's Campground Magazine. What's the name of this show?
The Camper Report Show.
Stay with us, everyone. We have a great show for you. Hey there, RVers. We get it. Your insurance and warranty needs are as unique as your travel destinations. That's why RVer Insurance has teamed up with Wholesale Warranties to cover all the bases. From health insurance to RV coverage and warranties, we've got you sorted every step of the way. With a solid track record in providing top-notch health insurance and affordable RV insurance options, RV Insurance has you covered. And for those unexpected repair bills, look no further than our friends at Wholesale Warranties, leaders in reliable coverage and customer support. Start your RV protection journey today at rverinsurance.com or wholesalewarranties.com/RVerinsurance.
All right, welcome back to the Camper Report Show, everybody. And I got a special guest this morning, Joe Mehl, the new Vice President of Marketing at Alliance RV. Joe, your many years in the industry have certainly been rewarded. I know you went there as the Director of Marketing, but how do you feel this morning now that they changed the nameplate on your door and says VP of Marketing?
Well, I've never been a title guy, to be completely honest. It's more of a formality. I mean, it's exciting. Don't get me wrong. Like everyone, it's cool. The recognition is humbling. But at the end of the day, like I still got a goal. I still got, people that hold me accountable, and I have people that, depend on me to do my job well. And I'm going to keep rocking that 100 miles per hour. I was talking to a couple of the guys yesterday, and one of the things they said they loved about, my style is I have one speed, and that's go.
That's a great way to look at it. The what's new in terms of the product lines? The industry's been kind of sorting itself out this year to see where it's going. But as you look forward to 2025, you're coming off 2024. What's your take on the industry right now?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely still a demand for RVs. What I've been noticing, just paying attention to like the social and the marketing side of things, I'm not necessarily as deep into like the sales stuff as, that Ryan and Coley would be on the founder side and the more connected to the sales side. I'm noticing that like what's really coming through and shining is the after the care sale, the service of the product. So we'll be the first to admit that we don't build a perfect RV. We build a very, very good one and a high quality one. But at the end of the day, there's things that are going to happen to it. It's an earthquake on wheels. But we're going to stand behind that product more than any other manufacturer. And we live our mission statement of do the right thing.
Well, you do. And what's interesting is you're only a 5-year-old company. And when Colby and Ryan cast their stone into the water and said, we just want to do it differently. We want to do it better. They had incredible management team. Bill Martin was right there from the beginning. And the very first thing that they did was they crowdsourced the floor plans. They talked to the customers and the fans before they ever built a single product. And you stayed true to that course. But talk about where that vision is now 5 years later, Joe.
Honestly, it's still dead center, the exact same. I mean, nothing really has changed beyond we're tightening our quality up. We're putting a lot more emphasis on making sure that the production teams and the quality crews have the tools and resources they need to build a better unit. We now have 5 years of service under our belt, so we know where like our wins and losses are, and so we're doubling down on the wins. And one of our core values as our company is relentless improvement. So we're going to continue to develop that product and those things that do happen through learning, right? Our company is very much human. We know that mistakes happen, but we're going to learn from that mistake and never repeat that mistake again. So I would say really not much has changed other than we have learned from our failures.
Well, that in itself is a significant factor because when you look at the launching of Alliance RV with Coley and Ryan and course Bill Martin, and you came out the gate with the brains of an amazing corporation and 30 years of experience as they launched the company. And you've
Yeah,
gone from there. So you really came into it with great respect of the
yep,
industry and the consumers. They knew
yep,
what Coley and Ryan had done in the past. People want to do business with successful people, and that
absolutely.
so you've built that incredible alliance, allies,
Allies. Yep,
allies. Uh,
yep,
it's fantastic. So
yep.
so from a vision, you mentioned the social media platforms, and you're right. I mean, I would agree with you 100%. People people are interested after the sale more so than before the sale when they
Hmm.
glitter ways off. I've always said, even if you have a bad experience with a customer, when I had built my imaging company, some of my best customers, we screwed up on day one. We just made
Yeah,
the mess of the first order. We didn't
sure.
deliver on time. We didn't deliver on the quality. But it's how you respond. Business
Yep.
are successful in terms of how you respond when there's an issue. And you came into,
Yeah.
like I said, you came into that with that mindset. And talk about
Yep.
that crowdsourcing and how you
Yeah.
continue to use
Yeah.
that today, Joe.
Yeah, so the that's very much still part of our strategy. We just had our ally rally about a month now 2 months ago, a little over a month. Where we actually had 750 allies in at the Elkhart County Fairgrounds, and we listened to them, and we had paradigm sessions and avenue sessions and delta sessions and valor sessions, and we wanted to make sure that we heard all the feedback about the product they own, the good, the bad, everything in between, and that's how we tweak our product. We don't do, a traditional OEM might do like kind of two running changes a year, so they might have the 2025 change and they have 2025.2, right?
Right.
Or point 0.5, I guess. And the point 0.5 is like some of the changes that will come in the next model year, but not fully changing. Whereas at Alliance, if we have a 25 and there's a feature that we put in it that, it was crowdsourced, we thought it was going to work out, but then it just doesn't pan out, we're going to do a running change then and there and change it. So and so it's a good and a bad because some people get those particular units, but it's going to be minimal because we'll hear the feedback really fast. And then more allies are going to have a better experience by learning and listening to our consumers. So it's still very much a core value of ours. And yeah, social is where we do a lot of our listening. We have an Alliance RV group run by Bill Martin and his team, and obviously we're all very active in it. That we have about 28,000 people strong in there. And you post something, and if you have an issue or you're having a question, you're going to have 500 answers from allies before we even have a chance to reply. And we're very active in it too. So we love seeing the ally community build there. And then obviously we got the other social platforms where, it's kind of that before the purchase buy audience, where we have a lot of fun just doing some creative marketing.
Well, I'm in a lot of those groups for the manufacturers groups because that's how I keep a pulse on what's going on in the industry, who's happy, who's not happy. But it's a credit to Alliance, and I think the way that they treat a customer. And I've known you guys for a long time, but that group that you speak of, I have seen somebody post something at 10 o'clock on a Sunday night, and at 10:05, Bill Martin responds and says, "Hey, I'm Bill Martin. I work for the company." He's on vacation, he's out fishing, he's out playing with the kids, but he's got his ear to the ground all the
Mhm.
time. He doesn't
Yep.
want to disappoint these people. And that's a unique feature. And other people talk about it and they see that you're
Mhm.
doing it, but you're doing it better than anybody else in terms of the communication. I would go on the limb and say that any client of Alliance could talk to anybody up the food chain, all the way up to
100%.
Coley and Ryan. And
Absolutely. Ryan and Coley's cell phone numbers are out there. That's the same cell phone number I have in my phone.
mhm.
Um, and you can call him, you can talk to him. He's going to listen to you. They call multiple allies a week just to say hi, how you doing, how's the product treating you. It's a big priority we put here at Alliance is to actually engage with our customers.
Yeah.
They're the ones that made us, and so we want to make sure they're having a positive experience with our product.
So, for people that may be watching you and learning about Alliance for the first time, unless they were in a cave, but some people may not do that.
Yeah.
Give me a brief rundown of the entire product line, where they fit and where you're targeting it, Joe.
Yeah, absolutely. So starting with Paradigm, that's our benchmark luxury fifth wheel. That is, we have a multitude of floor plans to meet from, retired couple to big, large family. Everything in between. You're gonna have, just a little bit more high-end finishes on the inside. And then we have after that our Valor series, which is our toy hauler. And I'm personally wanting to get away from the toy hauler phrase. I want to call it the multi-versatility machine because that
Couldn't agree
garage,
more. Yep.
yeah, it's an empty slate, right? It's
Yep.
it's if you want to have toys, great, motorcycles, dirt bikes, whatever. But it can be. I've seen people turn it into a gym. I've seen people turn it to a home office. I've seen people convert it into the master bedroom or the kids' bedroom, playrooms. I've seen it all. It's really cool. I know a couple that travels to like dog shows around the country, and they turned it into a dog grooming business in the back. Yeah,
Yep. Yep.
it's pretty cool how people do that kind of stuff. And then next would be our Avenue series, which is our mid-profile fifth wheel. And that would be, it's a little bit smaller, shorter, lighter weight, so that way it's more it's more tow friendly with more vehicles. So if you're interested in like a 310 Paradigm, but your budget's not quite where you want it to be, and you don't have a truck that can tow that extra 5 to 10,000 pounds, that's what Avenue's for. And then our Delta series, which is our travel trailers line, and that's our high-end luxury travel trailer that you're going to get a lot of bells and whistles with, to really get you into those state parks. And we have everything from couples all the way to large families in that series. We're also introducing a couple more things, and I'll tease them here for you. So we are going to come out with an Avenue travel trailer, which is going to have things like washer dryer prep, dishwasher prep. So it's going to have some of those higher bells and whistles that you might not find on the Delta series. They're going to be a little bit longer, a little bit heavier. They're going to have the 101 chassis, whereas the Delta is the 98-inch chassis. We're also introducing the Delta Ultra Light, which it explains itself, right? It's just going to be shorter and lighter weight. So that way we can reach more tow vehicles in that series, but really nothing else different. And then beyond that, we're actually introducing an all new destination trailer come September.
Wow.
Yeah.
That, well, thank you for breaking that news here, Joe.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. It's fun.
You got a lot on your plate there. I do want to go back to your comment about toy haulers. The day they came out with toy haulers, I immediately saw what you saw. This is
Yeah.
anything you. I said, please don't call them toy haulers. I mean,
Yeah.
you saw the same thing I saw. People would go to shows, they'd look in and say, "Oh, it's a toy hauler," and leave, and nobody
Yep.
engaged them in a conversation. Says,
Yep.
"Guess what? It could be an in-law apartment. It could be the dogs. It could be the kids'
Yep.
playroom. It could be your
Yep.
office. I mean, so many
Yep.
people work from the road now. We,
Yep.
as an industry, have to promote that better. Wouldn't you
We
agree?
do. I agree.
We really should. Our guest today has been Joe Mehl, VP of Marketing at Alliance RV. Joe, I want to thank you for taking time. Any last words for our fans out there?
I'm still just Joe, the marketing guy.
Uh,
Nope. Fancy titles don't mean nothing. It's all about the hard work you put in.
all right, Joe, thanks very much. I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the beautiful province of Ontario, Canada. and we are at Windmill Point Park and Campground. Good thing you had that shirt on.
And a small one.
And we are in a and with big letters. And we're talking with Ellie and Jerry, and they are the proprietors here at Windmill Point. And Ellie, you wear another. Now, Jerry's got one hat on,
Yeah.
but you have a different hat.
Completely.
Tell me as you speak loud because of.
Okay, sorry.
It's all right.
So,
Tell us what your other role is. It's a national role. Jerry's only the big cheese here.
well, I'm the chair. Yeah, lucky. I'm the chair of the Canadian Camping and RV Association, and I'm also the past chair of Camping in Ontario.
Ah,
So, yeah, the provincial one and the national.
okay. So, Jerry,
Yes,
you're in good company.
very good company.
You're
Yeah.
in good company. So, why should people consider coming to Canada? And you know what? It's our first time up here since COVID. We find it friendly and a different pace.
Yeah, you know what? I think that, well, first of all, the climate up here is amazing. Like you can see right now, it's beautiful. It's warm, but not too warm.
No humidity.
There is humidity. There is
Well, then we
always
got a
humidity,
right
but
day.
You
Yeah.
came at the right time. I think that you brought the weather with you
Yeah.
from wherever you're coming from. But no, I like to think we're very friendly. There's a lot of different offerings in Canada. Right now, you can see behind us, we have a water park, we have a playground, we have scuba diving here. There's all sorts of things you can do at all the different parks. And if you want a really small park that's a little bit more intimate to a bigger park, we've kind of got all of it.
All of it here.
Yeah.
Yep.
In
Yep.
Ontario.
So, was that speaking on your national hat or your provincial hat?
Both.
Both.
I like to think both, yeah, because out east there's, we've got KOAs and Yogi Bear campgrounds that everybody kind of knows.
Yeah.
But then we've got the smaller ones that are run by families.
Now, you
which is
say
really
out east,
nice.
you mean Quebec and
Well,
Nova Scotia?
Newfoundland.
Newfoundland. Oh,
yeah.
that's
New
way east.
Brunswick. That's really
Oh,
east. Yeah.
way east.
Yeah, and then we have the same thing going out west as well.
Okay, so Jerry, tell us about this particular place. Tell us how many sites it has. It says, 1984?
Yes, since 1984, my dad had bought it, and we ran. It was a campground. We used to camp. My family used to camp, and then we became owners of a campground, and we bought this campground. It wasn't a lot here at the time, so we've actually invested a lot into it and building it up now. And
How many sites?
We have 217 sites in total. 95 are seasonals, and the rest are overnight sites with tenting and RV sites mixed in there.
What? So, Ellie, one of the things that I've noticed here in the few hours that we've been here is lots of families ranging from teen kids to kids in strollers. So you really run the gamut, huh?
That's exactly it. We are actually a family-oriented campground. So everything that we do, we like to focus on families, and with our activities, with the amenities that we have, it's all about the family here.
I saw the volleyball court. I saw the playground. I saw the bocce court.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? You don't see that
Bocce court,
often.
Yes.
Is it lawn bowling or bocce? Okay.
Well, you know, it depends.
Like the tank.
Depends whether you're
Yeah.
British or Italian.
Yeah, that's right.
I took the bocce part, but you had horseshoes. You've got movies.
Outdoor movie night. Movies Under the Stars. Right?
Yep,
Is
movies
our-
under the stars.
Yep, yep. But tell me about. Before we leave, we're going to ask you two to do a demo on the air pillow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If you're gonna join us.
Yeah, I'm going to show you. Yeah. That's about all the time we have, folks. We'll see you again next week on the Camp Report Show. But this water device that you've got back here has got
Sorry.
something for everyone.
Yes, the inflatable water park there is part of our quarry, which is a natural spring quarry. 12 acres. It was mined back in the late 1800s, and it hit a natural spring, so it's all natural water. There's no motors in there, but there's scuba diving, snorkeling, swimming. The water is 82 degrees right now. It's lifeguarded. It's safe. You can open your eyes and you're not gonna get chlorine in your eyes.
Yeah.
And
I
so-
mean, I've never seen another campground with a beach,
yeah.
right? I mean, your own on-site beach, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you got the beach, you got the umbrellas, and all the people over there. How about geography? Where are people coming from here?
We're so close to the border. We're actually the closest campground to Buffalo. So
Okay.
we have a lot of Americans that come for the day, believe it or not. And we have people from all over the place. We just had some people from Europe come. They'll bring their rented.
They'll rent the
motorhomes.
trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have them coming from all over the place, but the majority of people come from Ontario.
Ontario.
Yeah.
And is this the week that the ice is out?
Yes, because you came, we
Got rid of
Yeah.
got rid of the ice.
Yeah.
As far as let's go back to your national role again. Campground and RV Association.
Yes.
Very rare because in the U.S. they are as apart and separate as they can be. Why do you combine them into one?
Well, you know what? We want to do what's the best for the industry. So by getting all three parts of the industry together, we think that we can help it grow, help it be better, right? So having a good relationship with the dealers and the manufacturers is important to us.
Right. Well, I've always said that when you leave the RV dealership lot, where do you go?
Yeah.
To a campground.
You need
To a
us.
campground. What are you finding as far as Jerry, as far as the demographics are concerned lately? Are they getting? I think they're getting younger, but the facts better than I do.
Yeah, very good question. Yeah, they are getting younger, right?
Yeah.
Ellie's will probably answer on that, but around here we see a lot of young families, right, coming in, and they go around, they want to try out new places, new experiences, and with our campground we have a little bit more to offer. We have the Friendship Trail, we're riding the bikes, and we're so close to Buffalo, to Niagara Falls. There's lots to do around here. So if you want to have a nice family vacation around here, but if you want to go up north, go somewhere else, you can have a little more secluded, right? So in Ontario there's lots to do, but I think the families that they have kids, they want something to do. They just don't want to be on their phones and technology. They want to be able to go out and play and be in the water and do something, ride their bikes.
Yeah. And you guys are second generation owners here.
Correct.
So you're putting your own little stamp on it to make it a little bit different.
Yeah.
For sure. Hoping to be third with our kids.
Right. Now
Hopefully,
met
hopefully.
one of your sons. Is it one son and one daughter? Or?
Yeah, one son, one daughter, Josh and Alyssa.
And he is probably the hit of the high school because he's got a bunch of friends coming over tonight, right?
Correct, yes. Yeah.
And I already saw them over at the volleyball nets earlier, and they'll tent out.
Yep. Yeah, they're gonna tent out tonight and have their own campfire and hopefully their own barbecue. But they'll probably come to Dad's barbecue. It's easier, right?
And free.
And free,
And
yes.
free,
Yeah.
yes.
Free, and a better choice.
Yeah.
You bring up a very interesting point as we're joking about that, but camping is. I don't think there's a better way that families can spend time together, regardless of how old the kids are, than camping. Because many times you see, at least I just saw it last week, where there was two generations. One family in one trailer and the grandparents in another trailer. So you had three generations there. Camping, not much more better than camping.
Yeah.
More better.
More better. We'll take it.
Yeah. Well, I'm just speaking Canadian English. I'm
Oh, is
speaking
that what it is?
Canadian English. Yeah.
But no, we actually have a whole family reunion that comes here every Thanksgiving. So it started off with two families, and then they started inviting, the grandparents, brothers and sisters. They all got RVs, and now the kids and grandkids all have RVs. So we have one section of the park that has 20 RV sites, and they have more RVs than the actual number of sites we have here, but they all want to stay together. So some of them tent it in October, some of them tent it.
Well, that's right. Thanksgiving is in October
in
here.
October
That's right.
here. So it gets a little chilly sometimes, but yeah, they're all in this one section over here.
Yeah, we got to learn. You got to learn the difference about the Canadian dollar and the liters versus, quarts and kilometers per hour and miles per gallon and that type of thing.
The big difference in your currency, right? You're almost getting a 40% discount.
What?
Things right now.
And I think that's important to say for people that haven't been to Canada. Is it almost 40?
Yep, it's almost 40. So I think that's why we have two scuba diving groups. I mean, they've been coming here for years and years, but they like to come here because of the discount and the rates. Right?
Okay.
Versus going to another quarry in the U.S.
So the logical thing to do from a financial point of view is put everything on your credit card, right?
Yes.
And then it gets converted back. So if you're buying something here for $1 and you put it on the credit card, it's really only going to cost you 60 cents.
Approximately, yeah.
A great deal.
Yeah.
Hey?
Eh?
So
See,
anyway,
we've converted you already. It's
I
only
know
been
it.
a
I'm
short
already
while.
talking. I'm already
For a
talking.
day.
That type thing. And let's see how many provinces. I'll probably get. I don't know if we'll get to Quebec this run, but we're going to get to Quebec later.
Very nice.
And I think New Brunswick in late August.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
that's going to
So
be
we'll
beautiful.
be, we'll. I don't know if I'll be a Maple Leaf fan.
So
By
Boston
then.
fan.
Well, you know what? He's already converted you with the A. Maybe he'll convert you to that too
Ah,
and get away from Boston.
Could be. I like blue and white better than
Golden.
gold and black.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anything else you want to say to our people, not only in the U.S. but from all over the world, about why they should come to Canada and enjoy themselves?
No, I think that being outdoors is a very, very Canadian thing. A lot of people come here and want to experience it, and that's the beauty of the country is what brings everyone here, and the difference in our offerings for campgrounds. We've got all sorts of things happening here, all good things.
And just families getting together outdoors, different atmosphere, different setting, and people will learn how to bond better, and better relations with their family members and our kids
And
friends, and even our kids. Like they grew up here from the day they were born. They came right to the campground.
Yep.
And they appreciate the outdoors more. Right?
There we go. There we go. Directly from the big cheeses.
Oh, the big cheese.
Is that? Well, no, that's Wisconsin. That's
Yeah.
that's a couple states away. But from the head honchos for the Canadian Camping
and
RV,
RV Association.
Association
Yep.
and the big guy at Windmill Point Park and Campground. It's John DePietro for the Camp Report Show. Stay with us. We've got a lot more coming your way.
Thank you.
Thank you.